Thank you, Bafetu. Welcome to another episode right here on Podcast with Masingita. And you know, Bafetu, Glass Bloma Corner, Glass Chilla Corner. And as promised and as normal, we've got your two of your favorite, Amachita, we corner Amachita, Mr. PK Bonkosi, Nomcheraizo, aka Ubaba We Bandla. Bafetu, welcome to the show. Over to you.
Sanibona. This episode, I think it will serve as more of a blip into the series of conversations at Sobanazo.
Okay.
Those conversations will be more expounding on the concept of a marriage. But today, I think we want to title this one as the art of colonization in marriage.
Yes, colonization is very important. Colonization yasiza abantu abaningi, which is white people. But in this regard, it's important for nathi ukuthi singayicabangi kabi colonization, but sicabanga ukuthi yezoyenza amakhaya abe right njengasekuqaleni. So what I think and feel that what we're touching on, we're going to be touching on things that are affecting many marriages and many homes.
Of course.
And we need to be a generation that goes back to certain aspects of the marriage that were used before and infuse them with the current generation, and then have a good nation that's going to make marriage look good again, companionship to look good again, because black love is killed.
Of course. And we cannot be haphazard in saying that or delving into the very same subtopic or main theme of marriage. But what we are going to do, most importantly, let's start by defining what is marriage and then relationship and so forth. But we have spoken about relationships, we've spoken about sex, and then we have heard your responses, and we really appreciate them. But let's start by defining again what is marriage.
I think even before we get to that, we must define. The important thing is to define the actual thing that leads people to relationship, to marriage, which is relationship. What's companionship? What's a relationship? That's what's important. So if we dive into that, we're going to make it easy for someone to know which marriage is formalization of that companionship. Marriage is actually is actually making it official and bringing in other people to.
I'm laughing because of the fact that we have been speaking so much of Isizulu. So now I think our listeners or viewers will appreciate this side of us, and they won't complain as time goes on to say that, hey, you have taken it a notch higher, but we'll try to.
No, we're trying to make everyone feel involved. So we don't want just you know, other podcasts, it's mainly English. Yes, they want a broader viewership, but we are dealing with South Africans here. We are not looking for viewership. We're looking for people who are affected by what affects us as Amachita. So the main aim for this Konela Machita within a podcast with Masingita, it's for us to actually enable men and help men to go from where we are now as black men.
Of course, before we get into that aspect of marriage, of course, you alluded to the fact that when you look at marriage, it starts, or the premise of a marriage, it comes from the fact that there has to be a relationship. In other words, we have to relate. Not relate in the sense of and then after that, that's why you can go and buy a prostitute. That's not a relationship. So it shows a relationship or marriage. It's not about or in the sense the issue of erection. It speaks to the importance of a man knowing who he is, where he's going in life, and what kind of a help that he needs. Because banning others will help you sexually, but when you go into a relationship which is so critical, which is called a marriage in a sense, who do you need to help you, and where are you going, and what kind of a help do you need? And you need to communicate that, because what happens in such relationships is the issue with it. as you propose a relationship, because you don't start by proposing marriage, but you know what the end result is for you to propose marriage. But when you get to that person, you are proposing or presenting your vision. And if the person succumbs, because at the end of the day, we need women who are going to submit or succumb to our vision, whether we like it or not. The woman who's going to gravitate towards your vision, that's your wife.
Yeah, and I hate this thing, Uchi. We are afraid of telling women that we are in control or we are controlling them. Who's can control? No, I'm not trying to control you. Like, that's a man now saying, I'm not trying to take my role serious.
It was easy for them to accept colonization. They live for colonization, which is by definition control and conquering. The fact of the matter is that we have to conquer this women. Don't enter into a relationship or a marriage with a person whom you can't control. Let them say that you are controlling that person, because they can see that you have already stepped into your role as a man. Let them say that you're controlling that person. But how are you controlling them? Are you controlling them in a sense of routine? Are you jeopardizing their well-being? Or are you upgrading that person? Are you elevating them? Because you cannot be in a relationship as a man and say routine, and behave as a security guard. It's easier for them to receive instructions from a security guard, because the security guard knows routine. There's danger there. That's our role as men. Because we see that we can protect ourselves, but you cannot protect yourself there.
And there's a huge difference between controlling and ruling.
Of course.
So that's one aspect that we need to understand. When you're controlling, it means you're being in control of the vision and what you invited this woman to come into. But as soon as I enter with that control, you feeling that it's ruling, that person is literally gaslighting you. And then many men have been gaslighted because they are not aware of they are deviating from what they believe in. So many belief systems and the way of thinking is being affected by that. You dilute whatever you believe in by listening to other forces. You need to remember, if you are Masing or Mandlans, there's a Mandlans way. If we did it the Lobola way, we must stick to the fact that now uzokhulisa umuzi kababa. You understand? So things are going to be done the Mandlans way, not any other person's way. So once you dilute your knowledge of the Mandlans with abanye abantu, it messes up the whole marriage system, and then you end up being a ruler now, using an iron fist. Meaning that now seqala bo-GBV, seqala aggression, because you're not doing what you're good at. You're not doing what you know.
You're freestyling, you're doing damage control.
Exactly.
You cannot be a man who's always doing damage control. And then also it comes from the fact that at times they think that when you erase their surname, you're erasing their identity, forgetting the fact that their identity, where they come from, attracted you to them. And eventually we spend most of our time trying to fit the person, to see where do you fit in the greater scheme of things. And for you to even accept my proposal, you need to know that this is the role that I'm going to play.
No, but
I'm already playing in actual
But
fact.
again, we need to use our wording right. The words that we need to start using is that they are not erasing their surnames.
Of course.
They are being invited to other families to go and do what women should be doing. The duty of a woman is to raise nations, to grow nations. They are the soil.
Okay.
So a soil never chooses the soil always chooses what needs to be grown.
Oh, yes.
So if you are bringing a good seed, the soil will always do what's necessary, which is it grows that seed to the correct lentuzan, which will feed the nation. So whenever they take your surname, it's because they believe in your vision, of course. But how we're doing it is wrong, because Nokshela is just socially and the vision is just illegal. Ufika lapha upraise intombi ukudlula ukuyazisa ukuthi fanele izoyenzana ekhaya. That's where we mess it up. They end up thinking ukuthi this marriage is they forget that they are here for both families to represent the family according.
So you touched on the concept of the soil, and it being what planted and so forth. So it also brings us back to the fact or the aspect of the genesis, the genesis of our existence, wherein we learned that God.
Yeah, sorry for that. Slow skatheka nje kancane kancane, you know the technicalities. It is very imperative to understand when it comes to male and female, the different things we need to embrace them, and not make who we are, and not make who we are even one size fits all. We are not about that. What we're trying here to emphasize or unpack is that we need to embrace our differences and work on those differences, which is even easy for us as black people to be to have successful marriages. Now, the biggest mess up is that we want people to think the way we think. We want people to feel the way we feel. Now, we can't play two roles in a relationship at the same time and want a successful relationship. And I'm glad because earlier we were talking about that. When a woman wants to take a leadership role, she must just get a weak man.
I'll tell her that. No, tell her that you are too strong for me.
Yeah, you're too strong for me.
I feel like you are a good person.
Yeah.
You deserve someone.
Yeah, you deserve someone
who is going to be able to.
Because now, when as soon as your woman takes a steps in leadership, that means you haven't done what's right in terms of leading. So just let her be, and then if she likes taking control, you cannot control or lead a person who wants to lead.
Tell her that you are. I think I'm too weak for you. Don't try to defend yourself.
Yeah, don't fight.
Tell her that I'm too weak for you.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be able to handle you. You are a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Give her the positive.
And a
words.
man like me cannot handle a woman
Cannot.
like you.
Cannot.
You're very strong. You're very strong. So we need to be in that sober state where, as a man, you realize, no, I haven't done izinto zami kahle in terms of leadership. So I need to let go of this relationship by simply alluding to this woman to say, you are very strong.
And the Pega 40, we have to, this is one of the things that we'll touch on. The fact of which we need to acknowledge, not appreciate, because it's not a good thing to appreciate. Acknowledge Uguti, we are doing marriage for the first time, and there's no roadmap which was given for most of us. You don't know Uguti who in your family, because when I'm saying, because our marriages are not the same.
Yeah.
Whether we call it this, we give it the same name, same concept, but we are marrying for different reasons. Yeah. Each and every family, each and every clan gets married for a different reason.
Absolutely.
And there's a certain purpose that they need to fulfill. So now these are the things that we are not taught, and we are learning. So now, us having Ikona Lamajit, it's an attempt to say we are trying to document. We're going to call different people from different surnames, because marriages mean different things in different surnames. But there's one thing, mutual ground. So these are the things that we are going to look into.
Yeah, we're going to be unpacking some sort of a blueprint. Even if we're looking for different things from Umshado, but there are basics that we need to master.
Of course.
Which is, you cannot get to the marriage part ungazange master the relation part.
Or umjolo part.
Yeah, which is umjolo.
Ungajuli out of desperation.
Yeah, ungene nge-stretch. Lezi nto lezi azifuna ungene nge-stretch. Uphaphama so uphaphama uthi ngikuphi la. Yabo.
Uzowakhipha la
unconscious lapha. Uzosicaka yabo.
Bese uplay mutual.
Yeah. So the purpose of this lentuzana namhlanje, we are trying to let you know that these are the things that we're going to be unpacking. Please join us, or please get your pens and pencils and everything, because this is going to equip you for your future, for a companionship, and also it's one of those talks that are going to assist you which ones are informed decisions, because Lena, it has nothing to do with someone campaigning or someone being told ukuthi akhulume kanjani or scripted. We're going to be telling you the harsh realities of the relationship, and the people who are going to be here, it's ordinary people who are going to be telling you ukuthi ngenganya kanjani, ngamosheka kanjani, nyala unyele, what everything, so that you understand ukuthi you're not alone. What we need is that we want Black Love to be celebrated and decorated. It's time now to stop ukubona lezi zinto esizibona ku social media ukuthi umshado womuntu omnyama awukhulunywa kahle nama relationships. I hope nizo enjoy and I hope you learn a lot.
And we'll touch from an array of topics. Lobola, and then how we have been taught to view ilobola and the fact of which ilobola, it's not really about the figure with our oppressors who colonized us to say with 11 cows, nonsense and so forth. So ukuthi awushadi ngemali in actual fact. So those things, what is tembu nakhona sakhiwa ngemali, will call in people who are in the polygamous relationship. So you'll have to forgive us at times if you bring in someone who's not going to speak English, but so translate.
And also the roles. We'll be touching on the roles of both genders.
Because at times the wife cannot play all roles. Some of them will. And this is a conversation that Esnaya be ready to see fun. A woman is not an all-rounder.
Aye.
One woman.
No, yanizwa bafethu. Yeah, no, thank you so much. So anivaleni again. And then how sivala kanjani?
No, sivala nje ngokuthi please call abanye abantu to subscribe. Call abanye abantu to like us. Call abanye abantu. Let's take it to 1,000 viewers. Because 1,000 viewers will have Lentuzana 6,000 homes.
And also, can they comment? Yeah, we are wrapping it up. Comment, please. Give us suggestions on topics that you want us to touch on as we espouse on this series of new marriage.
Okay, thank you bafethu. Thank you. Please subscribe and make sure that you press the notification button. And yeah, thank you so much. #IkhonaLaMajita right here on podcast with Masingita. Aye, inkomo.